sudden flurry of activity diplomatically and indeed in terms of military strikes. Shouldn't you have done this 2 years ago?
Well, look, in the Pentagon here, we don't do a lot of what we call Monday morning quarterbacking here in America. We're focused on the task at hand, the mission we've been given, and that mission we've been given by our Commander-in-Chief is to keep putting the pressure on ISIL, to go on the offense against them, and that's what we're focused on.
Yeah, but you know, had you done this before, we wouldn't be where we are in terms of the potency of this group, would we?
Well, look, that's a hypothetical, and I don't think anybody can go back in time and try to predict what might have happened differently if we had done something differently. I mean, we're really just focused on the mission at hand, and what I can tell you is now, as we speak today, we know we're putting pressure on these guys. We also know that they're still pretty potent. They're pretty capable. They're still well-resourced. They're still well-organized, and this is going to be a long struggle.
Well, you're putting pressure on the group, you say, but you've even got the figures wrong in the last few weeks. The number has trebled in the past 2 weeks.
Well, in terms of numbers of fighters, you said from 10 to roughly 30,000. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, the intel community has been watching these guys for quite some time. We've been watching them for quite some time. We believe their recruiting has increased in the last couple of months based on the gains that they made inside Iraq.
You've been watching them for some time, and you get the numbers wrong by a third.
The intel community, you know, look, intelligence is never perfect. It's a layered process. It's not a science, and we're constantly watching.
Well, we know that from the last Gulf War, don't we?
Well, one of the things that we've done in Iraq was to increase our ISR over the country, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. That kind of stuff has helped us. Plus, we've plugged in more to local groups who have helped us learn more. We admit that this group moved fast, and we needed to learn a little bit faster than we have, and so we are. And we're gaining more knowledge about them every single day.
It's a long, sustained campaign. You've made that clear in everything you've said publicly about these strikes. How long is it going to take to train the Free Syrian Army to put boots on the ground? Because you're not going to do this by airstrikes alone, are you?
Absolutely not. In fact, you're not going to do this through military power alone. We've been very clear about that. Military power, American or otherwise, is only going to take you so far against a group like this. First of all, I want to say that there is a moderate opposition inside Syria, and that moderate opposition is being threatened by ISIL, and they are fighting ISIL. Yes, their focus is largely on the Assad regime. There's no question about that. We had just got authorization, as you know, a week ago from Congress to begin a train and equip program for that moderate opposition, which we're going to get started very soon.
How long is that going to take to enact, though?
It's going to take us about 3 to 5 months to recruit and to vet the trainees and get them into the pipeline. And then the pipeline itself is going to take probably 8 to 12 months. So it's going to be a little while before they're back into the field.
This is a group, though, that your president refused to countenance apart from with non-lethal aid because he mistrusted them and indeed what they could do in terms of the chaos on the ground.
We have been supporting the moderate opposition, not the U.S. military, but the government of the United States has been supporting them for quite some time with different manners of aid. We know we've got to work on this train and equip program, and we'll do that.
What difference does the British likely decision to join in these airstrikes and indeed with other military capacity, what difference is that going to make?
Look, we have no greater ally and no deeper friendship than the one that we enjoy with the United Kingdom. Great Britain has been with us in the last few months in Iraq in various capacities. Obviously, it's up to the British government to decide and characterize how they will support the coalition, but they have been already a huge supporter, and we look forward to working with them in that as it goes forward. Any capacity, any military capability that the British bring to the fore, bring to the fight, is always welcome and always tangible.